The ball, that's all the way back to the 10 to pick it up. Now to the 15, up to the 17. He'll cross right there, and that's where the Redskins will take over first and 10 on their own 17-yard line.
The Redskins will have it first and 10 from their own 17. The Morenci Bulldogs defense will have the first opportunity today to see the offense of the Redskins in 5 years.
John Basinger, the postseason being dedicated to him and the other young gentlemen who, seniors, not able to play because of injuries. Scott McNitt said they're there at every practice. They're on the sidelines. You look down there, see those two young gentlemen in their varsity jackets. They're doing their absolute best to try to cheer them on. Scott Linkman comes up under center. The give this time is to the first guy through. That's going to be Ken Roberts, and Roberts will get out across the 20 to about the 21-yard line, pick up of maybe 3 or 4 on the play.
Adam Schiermeyer, number 98 there to make the tackle. Adam, a 6 foot, 190-pound senior for Morenci there to bring him down after he picks up about 5 yards. Call it second down and 5 to go from the 22.
Jason Perry running into the play from Scott McNitt. Perry will go out wide to the right side. In the backfield will be Prater and Roberts. Lakeman with the give to Roberts. Roberts has got the first down and more. He's out all the way across the 30 up to about the 33 or 34-yard line. First down, Redskins.
Chris Mansfield grabbed the hold of the jersey and went for a ride for about 3.5 to 4 yards. Brings him down to the ground after he picks up about 8 yards on the play. Call it first down and 10. Clinton on their own 34-yard line.
Todd Wilkins breaks the huddle, comes up over the football. This time going wide to the right side. Matt Gerber. Somebody jumped, but they got back. Leakman now with the long count from center. He'll give to the first guy through. Coming around the right side, that's going to be Prater. Prater will get up to about the original line of scrimmage, then fall forward for maybe a yard or two across the 35 out to about the 36.
Joey Yastik there to trip him up. He'll pick up about a yard on the play. It'll be second down, about 9 to go for the first down. The first down marker on the 44-yard line of their own.
Morenci trying to establish their defense today against the offensive look of the Clinton Redskins. Again, they send Perry out wide to the right side, but I think you can almost get by with not putting anybody on him, Dave. I don't think you're going to see him throw into this stuff. In the backfield, there's a tackle, and down goes Ken Roberts.
Kenny Roberts will be taken down for about a 2, maybe 3-yard loss on the play. Third down, a long 13 to go with 10 minutes and 15 seconds to go here in the opening quarter of play.
Well, this makes it very difficult. If you're Scott McNitt, do you try to challenge the wind, Mike, or do you just simply try to put something on the ground and hope for the absolute best?
I really doubt if he'll try to throw anything in this wind the way it is. I think he's going to be conservative and try to get it with a run.
Lakeman comes up under center. The defense from Morenci makes an adjustment. He rolls back to pass. He is going to throw. Throws out here. Got a receiver, but he overthrew him by about 4 or 5 yards. The pass was intended for Gerber, but Davey let him in a little bit too much, and I'm sure the wind probably played an effect on that.
I was going to say, not something I was expecting to hear on the first pass play going into the wind was overthrowing his intended receiver, but he did. It brings up a fourth down and a long 13, and now the great opportunity to see the kicking unit come out on the team for Clinton, but they're going into the wind, and as we saw in the pregame, they'd be lucky if they can get 15 yards out of this punt.
No question. Danny Lauer standing back at his own 20-yard line to punt it away. Mansfield and Gilmore lined up at about their 35. Good snap from center. Lauer gets a foot under it. Keeps it kind of low. And it's going to take a Redskin bounce and get all the way down to the 25-yard line where it will be downed. And the Morenci Bulldogs are going to take over first and 10 on their own 25. With 9:45 to play in the opening quarter, there's no score. And the first time Morenci's defense was tested, they rose to the occasion.
Boy, not a bad punt at all right there from the Clinton Redskins. About, 30, 35-yard punt. So a great field position now that they're putting Morenci offensively back at their own 25. It's first down and 10 from their own 25.
All the players over on the sidelines getting those nice, heavy warm-up uniforms to stay in, and here comes the Morenci Bulldogs. First time on offense. The give is to Mansfield. He gets tripped up, picked up maybe a yard, and that'll be about it.
Picked up 1 yard on the play, brings up a second down and 9 with 9:20 to go on the first.
The Morenci Bulldogs in that backfield today, no changes as well. Michael Relier back there, Chris Mansfield back there, Jay Gilmore doing all the snapping duties as he's done all season long. The Sid Disbro. Derek Yatsik comes out the flanker to the right side. In motion goes Gilmore. He'll get the give around the left side. He's got a block. He's across the 30. Still on his feet to the 35, to the 40, breaks the tackle. He's at the 50, goes out of bounds. The ball is loose, but they say he was out of bounds, and they're going to mark him all the way back. Let's see where
Going to mark him back, I believe, all the way back at their own 43-yard line.
There's an official standing all the way back to my, oh boy.
So they're bringing that back, what, 20
yards. Mike, you were over there. Did he go out?
Yes, he did. His left foot just barely went out, or he would have got a lot more, but it was a good call.
Boy, what a call. It's going to be enough for the first down, but they're going to mark the ball all the way back at their own 42, 1st and 10, Morenci.
Spicer this time with a long count. There goes Mansfield in motion. The flag will fly, and Mansfield will get out to about the 45, and then a second flag will go, and it's going to be holding against the Morenci Bulldogs.
Holding against the Morenci Bulldogs. There's 2 flags. It looks like they are both going to be going on the holding call. The other official came in real quick and gave his indication the same.
Officiating crew today out of the Chelsea area. And they're talking it over with the Redskin captain, Ian Gibson.
And they will take that holding call.
So walk off 10 yards.
Take the ball back to their own 32. That's where Morenci will have it now. First down and 20 to go.
8 minutes, 44 seconds to play.
One of the officials gave their gloves away to one of the fellows doing the dart markers on this side, so he probably figured to give his hand away too.
This time they give to Mansfield, trying to find a block at the line of scrimmage. He's hit, picks up a yard maybe, and then down he'll go as the defense for Clinton comes in and collapses that hole and tackles him right there.
Looks like he's going to pick up 1 yard at the most. It's going to bring up a second down along 19 to go. The first down marker in Clinton territory down at the Redskin 47-yard line.
No gain, 2nd and 20.
They call it no gain on the play, 2nd down and 20 yards. Yet to see Relier touch the ball today. Here comes Frederick out here wide to the right side. This time the give is going to go to Gilmore. He's got a little bit of a hole, but he'll pick up maybe a yard, and that'll be about it.
Clinton Redskin there to make the tackle. Ian Gibson, number 56. Ian's a 6', 200-pound senior from Clinton. Pick up maybe a yard or so on the play. Brings up 3rd down and about 19, maybe 20. They got back the original up, picked up 2 on the play.
Oh, it looks like this time a couple of wideouts coming into the ball game. Frederick coming in, Yatsik coming in.
Well, went to the back.
Yeah, he could put something up there and air it out. We'll wait and see. Mansfield's going to light up as a tight end. In motion goes Gilmore. They fake it to him and give it straight up the middle to Relier. Relier still on his feet out across the 40, up to about the 42 or 43. That's the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 4th down and at least 10 for the Morenci Bulldogs, and I'm sure that Bill Cohen will want to punt it away with this win.
They'll pick up 8 yards on a play. It will be 4th down and 10. The wind to the back, the punting unit on the field, and look for the players from Clinton to go all the way back to almost their 10-yard line to return this one.
Gerber's going to go back and stand on his own 20. He'll be joined back there by Prater. Schiermeyer going to hang it up there. It's a high kick, a lot of hang time. Going to be taken by Gerber, and he went to a knee right on the 15-yard line, and that's where the Redskins will take over 1st down and 10. Mike, coming down to you for a second. Looks like both teams kind of trying to make some offensive and defensive adjustments and really just kind of get into the flow of this thing. What's the feeling down there?
Well, I think both teams did just what they wanted to on the first possessions for each team, is that establish their defense and stop the run, because it's no secret that the run's going to win the game today. So I think what they're doing is just establishing the defense, and we'll see who gets the big break on offense.
Interestingly enough, on 3rd and long, the Redskins going into the wind elected to throw. Here, Morenci had 3rd and long with the wind and kept it on the ground. Lakeland with the give to Roberts. He's got running room, busts the tackle, and plows over an official and gets all the way out to the 32-yard line for a 1st down.
Pick up about 15, 16 yards on the play. They're going to mark the ball at the Redskin 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for Clinton. Inside 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. No score, Clinton Morenci.
Boy, Roberts just explodes out of that backfield, and he's definitely been a handful for the Morenci defense to make the adjustment to.
Getting
down now to 6:25 and running. Still no score in quarter number 1. This time the give is to Prater. Prater's got running room right straight up the middle of the field, out to about the 38 or 39. We'll see where they mark it.
They're going to pick up about 7 yards, bring up 2nd down and 3. The ball resting right on their own 39-yard line. So the Redskins taking it right up the middle and getting the job done early on.
Bill Briddick comes running in with the play. Out of there comes Jeremy Williams. Hopkins comes up over the football.
And the garbage bag flies out onto the field.
The give this time is to Roberts. There's not much running room there. He might have got back to the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward to about the 40, and they'll unpile about 4 or 5 maroon jerseys off of him.
They'll pick up 1 yard on the play, bring up 3rd down and 2 to go for the first down.
Joel Yatsik, the bottom guy, getting up off that pile for Morenci. 3rd down and a long one. Let's call it 2. The ball resting right on the 40. Inside, 5.5 to go in quarter number 1. There's no score in this regional championship game. Leakman with the long count. The give to Roberts. He just buries his head. Does not get the first down. In fact, he might even lost about a half a foot on the play, Dave.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Morenci defensive players there to bring him down to the ground. He'll lose a yard. Bring up 4th down and almost 3 to go for the first down. The defense of Morenci is kicking it in when they need to. Punting unit looks like on the field now for the Redskins, so they will punt it away.
Lauer is there's an official's timeout now for some helmet problems. They got that adjusted, and Lauer will go stand on his own 25, and Mansfield and Gilmore go back to their own 30. Last time, Lauer got about a 32-yard.
Now Gilmore's backing up to about the 25, so he's waiting.
He drops the ball, but there's no rush. Hangs this one low, and it will take a Morenci bounce, though, and finally be up to about the 33 or 34. Gilmore picked it up and advanced it out to across the 35, and they're going to mark him all the way out to about the 36. I was kind of surprised to see him touching it as Redskins surrounded him.
Boy, Gilmore almost had that ball kind of right through his hands. He grabbed a hold of it on about maybe about a foot bounce off the ground. He just barely tipped it up with his fingertips, grabbed a hold of it, but he got about 6 yards to return, taking the ball to the 37, 1st and 10 for Morenci.
Here comes Morenci, 2nd time on offense in this ball game. Last time they sputtered. This time they give to Mansfield. Mansfield got a little bit of running room. Giants to the left side. Gets out to about the 47-yard line. Should be very close to first down. They may give it to him. It'll depend upon the mark.
That will be good enough for the first down. They're going to bring it back a little, but it still is good by about the nose of the football. Mike, you're down there. You agree with me?
I sure do.
All right. Hey, the officials do as well. 1st and 10 for Morenci.
So they pick up their second first down of the ball game. Get the ball out to about the 47. Guess in all honesty, that's as far as they've had it today. Gilmore was clear down to the Clinton 35, but he had stepped out of bounds earlier, so this time they're on the move. In motion goes Gilmore. The give is to Relier. Relier hit right at the line. Might have got a yard, but that'll be about it.
Kevin Plater there to make the tackle for Clinton. Boy, he just grabbed a hold of him and pushed him back a yard or two. Going to pick up a couple on the play. 2nd down, call it 8 to go now for Morenci. The ball resting right on their own 49-yard line.
Don't forget the winner here will play next Saturday. Site yet to be determined.
Boy, it's a big seeker this year.
Rolling around 3 or 4 names, and they're going to make that announcement tomorrow. And we'll pass it along to you just as soon as we get it. This time to give to the 3rd guy through. That's Gilmore. He is racked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play.
Defensive player on the crown on the bottom, and who would that be? Looks like number 72, Frank Bowles, there to make the tackle initially for the Clinton Redskins. They'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down, 7 to go now for Morenci.
Boy, this quarter just running right along. We're down to 3 minutes and 10 seconds to play in quarter number 1, and there's still no score. Both of these teams just juking and jiving it out right there on the football field. Ball resting just shy of the Morenci 50-yard line, right at midfield. Sizer with the long count. Spicer, rather. He'll give it to Gilmore. Gilmore's going to get hit in the backfield, but he'll bust that tackle, stick his shoulder down, and get back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be about it.
Yeah, he's going to lose about a yard or maybe 2 on the play. Actually, it's going to be back almost to the original line of scrimmage. He'll lose 2 on it. It'll bring up a 4th down on about 9. Situation for Morenci. A cold day, Mike. I did not see the heaters on the sideline this week. It's a little colder than last week. Are they out there?
Oh yeah, I found them. They're over here. At least the one on the Morenci side is. I haven't seen Clinton yet.
I don't see a Clinton heater on this side.
Well, Schermeyer's going to boot it away again. Bill Cone not one to take any chances. Plater going back to about his own 10-yard line. Schermeyer hangs that one. Didn't get much of a good punt at all. It'll go off his foot, out of bounds, and let's see where they mark it. It went out at about the 30, but one official standing up at about the 42-yard line says right here.
I almost caught that one.
Just about went over the fence that time, almost back in the stands for the Morenci fans.
And that's where they're going to mark that thing, all the way up to the Redskin 42-yard line.
Well, Clinton will have it there. First down and 10 from their own 42, so their best field position starting off offensively here today.
2:45 to go, opening quarter, no score. Both of these teams just still continuing to try to find a little mistake and then cue in on it. Morenci almost jumped on defense. Leakman, this time with a give to the first guy through. That's Roberts, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage.
He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down, call it 10 to go for the first down. The Redskins going with an extremely long count, trying to draw that defense offside, looks like, every play. Taking their time.
Perry comes in. Gerber will step out for the Redskins. Down to 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Leakman sends out to the right side. Perry. He's going to keep it on an option play. No place to go. Hit in the backfield. Down he goes.
Morenci Bulldog, number 55, Matt Schiermeyer, a 6 foot, 190-pound senior there to bring him down. He's going to lose about 5 yards on the play. Third down, 15 to go for the first down.
Schiermeyer just grabbed a hold of that right arm and said, you can run anywhere you want, but you're going to be lugging about 200 pounds with you. I'm not going anywhere.
Run, pass, do whatever you want to do, but I'm hanging on to you until you go down.
He totally annihilated the option play when he grabbed his right arm. And Leakman had that ball in his left hand, couldn't do much with it at all, so they lost big yardage on the play. Third and call it 15. The ball is loose on the field. There's a scramble for it. Morenci says they have it.
They do.
The officials will agree. That might be the break to get something going here for one of these two teams.
Morenci Bulldogs will have it on the fumble. They'll have it first down and 10 from the Clinton Redskin 35-yard line.
It looked like a little bit of a miscue. Leakman trying to make the handoff to Roberts. Prater was cutting across, and he kind of hit the back of Prater. The ball popped loose, and Morenci fell on it. They've got it in the best field position they've had all day, right on the Redskins' 35.
Now the defense of the Redskins got to kick up and hold them one more time.
Out here wide to the right side comes Frederick. Mansfield goes in motion. They'll give it to Relier, and he's hit just as soon as he touches the ball. Big number 70, Matt DeCormier, got in there and put the whammy on him.
Boy, Matt that time jumped through the line. No one even touched him. He's 6'1", 205-pound senior goes right in there. A timeout on the field. We'll take one as well on WABJ.
Heat of NASCAR every weekend, only on Lenaway's racing leader, WABJ.
It goes Relier. They'll give it to him. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage, fall forward for maybe a yard, but that'll be about it.
He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that will be it. It'll be third down, 10 yards to go for the first down for Morenci. So the defense so far doing the job. We're inside 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. No score from Morenci High School. The Morenci Bulldogs, the Clinton Redskins.
Well, this one might just turn out to be a low-scoring affair.
I told you, it's going to be close. You wouldn't believe me.
Ryan Spicer, this time with the give to Mansfield. Mansfield down to about the 30-yard line. Found a little hole. Pops it open for about 5 yards as the clock closes in on 20 seconds to go in quarter number one.
He'll pick up 5 yards. Fourth down, 5 to go.
I said Mansfield meant Relier. He was the gentleman on the carry there, number 34, not 24. Now we're looking at fourth down and 5.
The clock will run out, looks like, in the first quarter.
I think they will not even try to get the play off. Now they finally break huddle, come up to the ball. The horn will sound, and quarter number one is history. And after 1 quarter of play, our score, 0-0. We're back in 60 seconds.
There's no...
Fourth down and 5 on the option play. He's going to keep it himself. There goes Ryan Spicer, down to the 10, to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Morenci at the 11:52 mark of quarter number 2. Spicer keeps the ball himself and scrambles some 25 yards, and the Bulldogs strike first and go up by a score of 6-0.
Well, a fourth down and 5 play. They were going for it with 5 yards to go and simply broke loose the big play that the Morenci Bulldogs were looking for. They're on top now 6-0 the extra point attempt. Coming up here in a minute.
Well, Jason Sterling only missed 2 all season long, but I don't think he's kicked in conditions like this. We'll see. Gilmore will hold. Ball is spotted. The kick is up. It's on its way, and the kick is good. So, with 11:48 to play in quarter number 2, our score is Morenci 7 and the Redskins 0. And David, that time Morenci capitalizes on a Clinton miscue, and in a ball game like this, you just can't afford to fumble the football.
Now that is what's going to win or lose the game today. It's going to be the miscues of fumbles and then a broken play like that. The defense of Clinton, I believe, are looking for something else besides the quarterback taking it himself. And they just simply had wide open running room all the way to the end zone. Picked up a quick touchdown. Now they find themselves on top, 7-0.
Well, the Clinton Redskins have to make some adjustments and go out there now and try to get something going offensively. Roberts has really moved the ball rather effectively. We'll see what happens. Prater goes back to stand at about his own 10-yard line. Schiermeyer this time will have to kick it into the wind. Brad Martin standing back there with Roberts as well. Schiermeyer keeps it on the ground. Going to be taken by one of the up men at the 30. To the 35, bury his head and fall forward to about the 37-yard line. Carrying the football that time is Jeremy Williams. So the Redskins have fairly good field position. They take over now trailing 7-0, 1st and 10 with the ball on their own 37-yard line.
We're inside 11 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the first half of play. Morenci on top, 7-0. The fans are out in numbers. They're lined up all down the fence line, all around the north end of the field.
Blakeman brings them up to the line of scrimmage now, having to work in with the wind at his back. We'll see if that opens up an aerial attack or not. The give is to Roberts. Straight up the middle he goes, up to about the 40-yard line. Maybe a couple, 3 on the play, and that'll be about it.
He'll pick up 2, maybe 3 yards. Second down, call it 2nd down and 7 to go. Actually, he'll pick up 3 yards. The ball resting right on the 40-yard line.
Guy would get his way over to the Clinton Redskins side, and kind of an interesting apparatus that some of those players have wrapped around them there, Mike. You might want to put one of those on, see if it keeps you warm.
I was thinking about it.
Leekman with the give to the second guy through. That's Prater. Hit it to line, and down he goes.
He'll pick up a yard on the play. 3rd down, about 6 to go for the first down.
Tyler Scampo met him right there and wrestled him to the ground.
Actually, I think it is a little warmer over here. I don't know if it's because I got my back to the wind or what.
Yeah.
I could have something to do with it.
3rd down, 7, 10.5 to play before halftime. Morenci leading by a score of 7-0. This time they send Gerber out here wide to the right side. Back to pass. Goes Leekman to rush. He throws over the middle. Oh, this pick with the catch to the 20. Down he'll go at the Morenci Bulldog 20-yard line. He was wide open, and Mike, I'll tell you what, they weren't afraid to put it up, and it paid off big time for him that time.
Yeah, throwing with the wind, it definitely didn't hurt the pass on that one. It was right to him, and he's wide open, and you might see a little bit more of that going this way. I don't think you see it going the other way too much.
Adam Schiermeyer, the only Morenci Bulldog that could have the opportunity to bring him down. He grabbed the hold of the ankle. A diving play. It was either hit the ankle or touchdown for Clinton, and he got him.
Saved 6 points with that tackle, no question about it. Leekman with 3 guys in the backfield. The give is to Prater. He's got running room out across the 15. He'll fall forward to about the 12.
Going to mark the ball on about the 14-yard line. It's going to bring up a 2nd down, about 3 yards to go for the first down. The first down marker right on the 11-yard line. Clinton on the move inside 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Ryan Welch comes running out over to Scott McNitt to get this next play. Gerber comes in with this one. Up to the line come the Redskins. Looking at a pro set. The give straight ahead right for Roberts. He's through the 10 to the 5. Forward into the end zone. Touchdown. Clinton Redskins with 9:24 to go. They come storming back, moving the ball some 73 yards and strike Prater.
Now the coaching staff for Clinton in a real heavy conversation here. Looks like they are maybe debating on whether to go for the extra point or go for 2.
Well, Welch was ready to come running onto the field, then they brought him off.
No decision made. They're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
And we'll take one as well. Our score right now, Morenci 7, Clinton 6. We'll come back for the extra point after this 60-second timeout. So they send it 3 wideouts, 2 wide to the left side, right side, 1 out there to the left.
What a play this will be.
Lone set back is Roberts. Leekman comes up under center. Now Roberts goes in motion. Flags fly. Somebody might have done something wrong.
Yeah, big mistake. The offensive lineman moved for Clinton, so this might change their strategy.
Indeed, that will be the call against the Clinton Redskins. It looks like now they're going to settle, looks like, for the extra point.
Yeah, and they can't find the tee. Now they finally find it. And running out there goes T.J. Murphy with it. Well, they set the ball up on the 8.
Looks like maybe they were trying to do a play. They hadn't ran that often in the season, trying to throw the Morenci Bulldogs off, and simply one person forgot to count.
T.J. Murphy only stands 5'8". He's a senior. Prater will hold. Ball is snapped. The high snap, it's loose. And Morenci falls on it, so the extra point attempt is no good. And we'll come back and let's tell you what to see if that one haunts them, Dave. With 9:21 to go before halftime, the clock stopped on the field. Our score, Morenci 7 and Clinton 6. And Mike Garwood, just how crucial was the jump for the offensive lineman? I tell you, it definitely made a difference that time around.
Yeah, it sure did, because I think what they were trying to do is maybe draw Morenci offside so they get half the distance yet, but it worked the other way in reverse. And the snap on that extra point wasn't that bad either. I think his hands must have been so cold it bounced off or something, because it was right to him.
Well, it looked like what happened, the ball just simply hit the hands. I mean, it just fell right down in front of me. He couldn't grab a hold of it in time. It went back up. And
well, I'll tell you what, it's no question about it. The rain may have stopped, but it is cold out there. I mean, just downright cold. And
it's probably, in the mid to low 30s outside temperature-wise, and the wind chill in the teeth.
When they started the ball game. And
actually, I think it's about 16 degrees below down here.
So the Redskins will kick it away. And that's a nice little driving kick. Mansfield's going to touch it. It'll rip right through his hands and go clear to the end of the end zone.
I don't think the Redskins kicked it. I think they used a cannon on that play.
Boy, he shot that baby off, no question about it, Dave. And Mansfield, the wind got a hold of it. He reached up, tried to snarl it down, and it went right through his hands, went clear through the back of the end zone. So they'll set it up 1st and 10 on their own 20. Morenci with a 1-point lead now, 7-6 over Clinton, with 9:14 to go before halftime.
And the defense of the Redskins have got to come out and get this team fired back up and give them an opportunity to go back into the lead.
It's got to be a little bit of an incentive knowing that Morenci is having to go into the wind. Spicer this time the give is going to be to Relier. He'll work off right tackle across the 20-yard line up to about the 23 or 24. They may even mark it all the way up to the 25.
Going to pick up about 5 yards on the play. 2nd down, call it 5. The wind, I don't think, is going to be a big factor for the Morenci Bulldogs. They are going to keep it on the ground, it looks like, for the entire game. They're just running plays up the middle every time.
Here comes Yatek out here wide to the left side. Now the officials have stopped play again for another Clinton Redskin helmet. So they're working on one of the helmets out there, and remember last week we saw improper helmet call or whatever the case was there.
That's right. That was the inner ear infection call we had last week. Almost forgot about that one.
7-6. Morenci with the lead. The extra point for the Redskins was no good. That's the difference in this ball game. This time the give is loose. The Redskins are going to fall on it. Now it's loose again, but I think Clinton continued to fall on it. We'll see. Mike, you're down there. What's going to be the initial call?
Looks to me like a Redskins did get back on the ball after he... Nope. They're going to say Morenci got it back.
Morenci will keep it 2nd down. That's going to bring it back for a 3rd down on about 12.
And we got an injury, it looks like. There's a young man getting up, not getting up.
It looks like... No, I was going to say it looked like Chris Mansfield, but it's not him.
That's who I thought it was in the initial look there, but... cannot quite get a number.
Maybe you can work your way around to the opposite side and pick up a number for us, Mike. That young gentleman simply not moving at all. But while Mike works on that, we'll pause for a 60-second timeout here on WABJ.
With winter right around the corner, now is the time to make those last-minute repairs or additions to your home. TLC Community Credit Union will help. A home improvement loan from TLC allows you the convenience.
Welcome back here. The give this time is going to be to Mansfield. Mansfield with a yard, and that'll be about it. And the big story is the gentleman shaken up on the play was Ryan Spicer. Mike, let's go down to you. What do you got?
The trainer was over here working his leg and having him run along the sideline to see. I think it was his right knee, but it looks to be okay right now. He's doing pretty good on it. His ankle. I guess it's his right ankle.
tail right ankle. It had us concerned there for a while because he was just lying there, not moving at all. But now he's up running around.
And Morenci's going to have to punt it.
That's not.
He takes it straight up into the air. And it's going to take a little bit of a Morenci bounce and then be down at about the 35-yard line.
How in the world did the Redskins have not blocked that punt? I'll never know.
Boy, Schiermeyer couldn't hang on to the snap. He stepped right out of the way of a Redskin to come flying in there and then got the kick away. But Clinton has excellent field position. 1st and 10 from the Morenci 36-yard line, and the Redskins might have got their big break of the day.
Well, they've got to capitalize on this and at least try to get down and put a field goal up on the board here. They can put them back up in the lead. We're inside 7:35 to go in the first half.
Oh, set in the backfield. Lakeman comes up under center. He's going to give it straight up the middle. First guy through. That's going to be Roberts, and Roberts will get down to about the 32 or 33-yard line as snow begins to fly here again at Henry Geisler Field.
He'll pick up 3 yards on the play. 2nd down, about 7 yards to go for the first down. The first down marker just inside the 25-yard line.
Is that what that is? No, I thought somebody was throwing sand in my eye.
Probably a little bit of sleet mixed in as well. Lakeman glances back at the men in the backfield. He'll give it to Prater. Prater hit, but breaks the tackle, then gets racked up again before he'll get to about the 31-yard line, and down he'll go.
He'll pick up a couple yards on the play, brings up a 3rd down situation, and 5 to go now for the Redskins. They've passed in their opportunity of this before, so we'll look at going to the air once again.
Let's jump back over to Mike. Mike, is Spicer going to be okay? What's the status over there?
He's going to be just fine. He's over in front of the heater right now, but he's going to be okay. He's ready to go back in.
All right. That'd be a real big blow if Morenci were to lose him. Lakeman with the give. No, he's rolling out of the pocket. Now the pass. Now he's going to tuck under his arm and run. He's down to the 25, and down he'll go there. Going to be very close to a first down. The Redskins say they got it. I don't know. Mike, you lined yourself up.
Yeah, they did.
That Mike Garwood prediction.
Yeah, he got it. He got it by about probably a football.
They're saying first down.
First down and 10 at the 25-yard line for the Redskins. So quarterback keeper will pick up about 5 yards on the play. 6:15 to go in the opening half of play. 7-6 the score. Morenci on top over Clinton.
McNett just talking to a couple of his players that came out. Telling them just keep your head, keep your cool. We're only down by 1. The give is to Roberts. Roberts straight ahead running. Gets down to about the 20-yard line. Picks up close to 5 on that one.
Roberts is picking up an average.
Scoring hard, hitting their center. Looking at the snap as we get under 5 minutes to go. An option play. Pitch back to Prater. He's hitting the backfield and rolling out to his left. Now has to roll out of the pocket. Tucks it under his shoulder himself. There is his head, and he's going to get hit, but he'll be short of the first down.
He's going to pick up only about...
Because the yard markers have all been blown around, and
some are sideways, some are laying down, so this helps out a lot this week. Appreciate it.
Back in there at quarterback is Spicer, so he's okay. And the give is going to go straight up the middle to Relier. He got maybe a yard, and that'll be about it, as Clinton's defense just refuses to be scored on day.
Yeah, he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. They're not going to give him a yard on the play, so call it 2nd down, 10 to go now for Morenci.
I got to tell you guys, you're talking about the yard markers. I think there's a couple of them in the next county, too.
Yeah. Some of them on the wrong markers and everything.
The wind just has not quit at all. The give in the backfield to Gilmore. He's hit. 4 off behind the line of scrimmage.
Going to lose at least 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down situation and a long 14 yards to go. So lost 4 yards on that play. Defense is just really clicking right now for the Clinton Redskins.
Well, and now Morenci, if they elect to go to the air, which they've not done all day, they've got the wind blowing right into their face. Out here wide to the right side comes Frederick. Gilmore lines up in the slot.
Almost a must situation to go to the air here at the pass.
And they're not going to do it. They're going to give it to Relier, and Relier is going to get stood up at the line of scrimmage and not get a single inch on the play.
Tell you what, you can really tell that Ryan Spicer really getting upset right now with himself. Walking off the field limping on that ankle, so he's still maybe in a little bit of a pain.
Well, that would definitely be a big blow, no question there. And go over now and get worked on a little bit.
punting unit on the field. They're standing back at their own 5-yard line. Will punt this away from Morenci.
It's a low snap this time, almost blocked, but Schirmeyer hangs it up there, and it'll take a Morenci bouncing and go out of bounds at about the 38 or 39-yard line. So the Redskins will have excellent field position again as they take over with 2:07 to go before halftime, trailing by 1, 7-6 to the Morenci Bulldogs, but again, excellent field position. They're marking the ball right on the Morenci 40.
They'll mark the ball inside the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Clinton. This could be a big blow right here if the Redskins can put some points up on the board to go into halftime and be in the lead. For the first time in a long time, the Bulldogs have found themselves down at the half.
We see an eye set in the backfield this time. Straight back to pass. Goes Leekman. Here comes a rush. Sets up. Throws over the middle. It's almost intercepted. Number 85, Dave Frederick, had it, and then he dropped the ball.
Dave Frederick tipped the ball up in the air, was looking up, and as he was falling down to the ground and could not pull his hands back enough to bring that into the interception. A beautiful play right there. Could have been a big-time interception for Morenci, but the Redskins will keep it 2nd down and 10 from their own 40.
Morenci wanting to experience a little bit more of a hometown advantage here. Several of the players look over to the stands and say, let's get going. The Redskins will respond themselves on this side. Leekman again with an eye set, and again back to pass. This time he's got a receiver out here. Caught on his feet, takes the tackle, and goes out of bounds at about the 22 or 23-yard line is Danny Lauer, and that's when there's going to be good enough, I believe, for a first down.
Well, that'll be good enough by about 8 yards for the first down. They picked up about 17 yards on that play. 1st down and 10 inside the 25-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 24, 1st and 10.
Well, the Redskins decided to take the wind and use it to their advantage, and I tell you what, Leekman is putting it right on the money.
Doing a good job throwing that ball early on. 1:53 to go in the half.
Straight back to pass again. Leekman, a quick out, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Gerber.
Almost tipped out of Gerber's hands and into a Morenci Bulldog once again for another interception. Almost, but 2nd down 10 for Clinton.
Billy Briddick runs in with the play. Out of there comes Matt Gerber. Clock now down to 1 minute, 50 seconds to go before halftime. Morenci still clinging on to a 7-6 lead. Clinton doing their dead level best to go up on top right before halftime. This time the give is going to go to Roberts, and Roberts will cross the 25 down to about the 22 or 23-yard line.
Pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. 3rd down, about 7 to go for the first down. First down marker around the 14-yard line. As the snow starts to pick up a little harder now.
Well, they're saying an inch or 2 today, and so far it's yet to stick, but as you say, it is starting to come down a little bit more as the lights come on here.
And the press box not rocking as much, so the wind might be dying down a little.
In motion this time goes Roberts. Leekman back to pass, throws over the middle, and Lauer had it and dropped it.
Threw the pass a little behind his intended receiver. Incomplete. 4th down, 7 to go now for the first down with 1 minute and 11 seconds to go in the half.
Oh, I think you go for it, no question about it.
Oh, yeah.
You're down there deep. You know Morenci, even if they don't make it, they've got to drive 75 yards or so with the wind facing them.
And your defense for Clinton has been doing the job, stuffing Morenci for really picking up nothing.
Big play coming here, and eye set in the backfield. Leekman with the long count. Back to pass. He's got time. Sets up, throws. Knocked out of bounds by Morenci Bulldog. Excellent defensive coverage. And Mike, it happened right in front of you. I counted 4 Morenci players over there on pass protection.
Yeah, number 26 for Morenci made a nice read on the play, and he tipped the ball over the head of the intended receiver, so it was well covered.
I don't believe that would be a pass that you would consider as a very smart play going back for the quarterback. Big-time coverage everywhere in the field. Not a lot he could do, and you know you're going to turn it over, so kind of throw it out of bounds. Morenci will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the Bulldogs trying to do something here with 1:05 to go before halftime. This time the give is going to go to Relier, and there's no running room there as he's hitting, and they carry him back about 4 or 5 yards.
But he won't go down to the ground once again. He'll just kind of stand up and walk backwards. Forward momentum will give him about a yard positive on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
Harper Woods, Burton Bindle, they're playing right now. And the winner of that one will face the winner of this one next Saturday, where we don't know.
But we'll hopefully be there.
Well, it will be there, and we'll tell you where as soon as we find out. The give this time is to Mansfield. Mansfield with hardly any running room at all. Got maybe a yard or two on the play, and that's it.
Picks up about a yard and a half, brings up a third down, about 7 yards to go for the first down. The first down marker on the 33-yard line.
Now we'll see if Morenci tries to run one more play or not as the players on the sideline start heading towards the locker room. The clock will expire, and the first half is history. And this one, my friends, is shaping up to be a dandy. Our score at halftime, the Morenci Bulldogs 7 and the Clinton Redskins 6.
Look along and